Can you kind of unpack your definition of consensus, which I love because many people think it's just unanimity of agreement where everyone's on the same page. We're moving forward confidently into the future and we all agree, but that's not necessarily the case.
No, in fact, I would argue if you're pushing too hard for unanimity, it actually leads to some really dysfunctional behavior, right? It can cause minority views, dissenting views to get trampled on. It can cause people to get marginalized. It can cause you to overlook key risks because feel like you have so much pressure to get unanimity. No, I borrow from some great research by Stephen Floyd and Bill Woodridge from years ago, where they say, really the way we ought to think about consensus is a combination of commitment. People are committed to work together in the implementation, right? And strong shared understanding, meaning we actually understand the rationale, what we're doing. So, because sometimes leaders will make choices and not clearly articulate what the rationale, what their thinking was of why they chose option B instead of option C. And that's really important that you articulate that well and people understand what were the criteria you used for making that choice. What was your thinking? Because then they have to be able to go out and tell their own people, you know what? This is why Charles wants us to move in this direction, right? If you don't know, how can you possibly inform your own people, right? And so it's commitment and understanding. If you have those two, that's what we're looking for. Not unanimity, but commitment and understanding. If we have those two, we can implement together.